Billy Lee literally lives in my house right now, by the way. Coming up on the Vanderpump Rules After Show.
Go choke on Sandoval's dirty-ass dick somewhere.
I would have just been like, and f your little dog too.
Damn, I was so fucking easy on him at the reunion.
It feels like more performative because if she thinks I'm this like serial killer, then why is she still okay living with me?
I lived through what I thought was my worst case scenario, and I learned I can do anything. What, are you gonna bring your little pen pal back over here? I don't think so.
I like learned how to like write and stamp like wax. I put like sparkles in when she was halfway through.
There's one thing that I saw, it's like so cringe.
Hey Raquel, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
But no one's reached out. Like, get your story straight.
Tom blocked me, blocked shenanigans, blocked Summer Moon.
I was fucking pissed. Obviously you can hear it. I'm like going back there emotionally.
The memes are fire, though.
Like, now you got bugs.
Look at him.
I had read that they liked French fries.
The Vanderpump Rules After Show starts right now.
Ariana blocked you. She sent you a text.
Yes, she did. I remember the spirit of it. Let's just say it wasn't pleasant. You blocking your number. Go choke on Sandoval's dirty-ass dick somewhere. Jesus. For the record, I've never choked on Sandoval's dirty-ass dick.
Iconic. That's iconic.
If I was Ariana at that point, I would have just been like, and f your little dog too, you know what I mean? Like,
Honestly, I didn't take it personally. I forget how I responded. I actually thought it was kind of funny in the moment. I didn't think she would keep me blocked. That was really the last time we communicated, though.
I was just like, I'm done with this. He would send me text messages sometimes that were like, you should go to Florida and like braid your hair and like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like fun Tom Schwartz type stuff. But this was also around the time that I was finding out about the things that he was co-signing and saying about me on like last season.
She's quick to be dismissive of you, and that's a slippery slope in a relationship.
It wasn't that he knew more, because I knew he knew. It was that he was so disrespectful about said like knowing and subject matter.
I have so much more of an appreciation for Raquel.
Dude, she is dope. Like,
But I don't know why I'm not more attracted to her.
really?
I have this like gut feeling that she kind of has a crush on someone else.
I don't want to like kill the vibe, but Raquel has a type.
What's the
So
type?
Brock, Tom, be careful tonight.
Okay.
A type for blood?
Men that are taken.
And then I was like, damn, I was so fucking easy on him at the reunion because I didn't know he was saying all that shit.
I did get a vibe from Schwartz, and this is also part of the reason why I was so forgiving on his side. It's like, because I could tell in his voice he's frustrated with Sandoval.
Well, and he said, in his defense, he said that was his way. It was like a bad dad joke, but it was his way of calling out Sandoval on camera, being like, I know what you're f***ing doing.
Right.
But he said it in a bad, joking way.
Right, but that's the dangle. That's all I needed to see that he has some kind of heart inside. He's not playing 100%.
So I understand what you're...
He created his own safety net.
We're not a bunch of 20-something-year-olds getting drunk behind a bar and seating tables. Like, we are grown.
Yeah.
You are 40 years old, Schwartz. For that to be the way of you calling him out, like, strap on a pair, dude.
And it's like, okay, you don't like necessarily like rat your friend out or whatever, but you don't sit there when you're also trying to cosplay as my friend. And then I saw this Watch What Happens Live thing.
He knows he's a monster for what he did. And if you see him, maybe give him a hug. Even if he doesn't deserve it, give him a hug. He's down bad.
Yeah, no.
The campaigning for hugs for Sandoval was probably ill-timed, but I got to the point where I started worrying about him doing something that he might regret and going to a dark place.
Every time you would say nice things, it really had a positive effect on me. And so I appreciate that. Like when you said, you know, like give that guy a hug, people like started coming up to me and giving me hugs just because you said that. Like a lot of them. My mental health was never talked about throughout our relationship, only Ariana's. You know, like she knew I was struggling. She knew I was in very dark places.
What did she expect me to do? I'm his best friend. Did she expect
business
to come?
partner? Like, does she expect my parents to block me and not talk to me? Like, I think that's ridiculous.
One of the first things that we see this season is what the living situation is like between you and Tom.
I feel like the house is like the last thing that's like tying things. Even though we still live under the same roof, I've been able to maintain a no contact policy.
I'm gonna ask her the same question. Why didn't you just move out? Like, to make things easier, why didn't you just leave?
Because all those bills will be coming out of my house, out of my accounts. I knew that if I moved out, she would probably have a friend move in, and I would just, nothing would happen.
I think Billy Lee literally lives in my house right now, by the way. The respectful thing to do would have been for him to accept Rachel's offer of staying in her apartment. Even like 2 days after all this happened, Kristen Doty was like, dude, you should like leave, like give her space, give her time. And he just outright refused, basically.
We're both so busy, like even when this happened, like she's traveling around working like crazy. I'm leaving, I'm touring, like, you know, I swear there were times where like nobody was in that house for like weeks at a time.
He's stubborn, I think.
I think he also felt like all of this stuff had happened to him, as opposed to him making this stuff happen. And so because of that belief, he also felt like all of it was very unfair. So I think that was part of the reason why he was like digging his heels in and, you know, throwing parties and doing whatever else, because it was like, you know, almost like a kid throwing a tantrum, sort of.
I also couldn't afford to like go live in another place.
Also, it was not a great time to sell from just a business standpoint. I think interest rates were rising. At that point, they were maybe like 7, weren't they? I don't know.
It was weird, but then there were parts of it that were not so bad. Their primary bedroom being as it is kind of set me up to be in a place where I could potentially be in there and have everything I needed and not really feel like I was having to uproot or, you know, do anything that made me feel uncomfortable.
It's one of those things where I feel like it was more of a bigger deal to everybody else than to us. It was kind of like reassuring to me, because I feel like Ariana like really, I feel like she really went out of her way to try to dehumanize me, but it feels like more performative than anything, because at the end of the day, if she thinks I'm this like serial killer, then why is she still okay living with me? You know what I mean? Like, I felt like on some level she trusted me and felt safe, like with me being there than her being alone in that house.
I lived through what I thought was my worst case scenario, and I learned I can do anything. So I can live in an annoying living situation for 2 months if it means I'm setting my future up in a good way for me.
At one point, you notice some mail coming to the house.
We don't have separate mailboxes, so I'm not like going through stuff, but like something comes and you're like, is that for me? Oh no, it's coming from somewhere in Arizona.
What, are you gonna bring your little pen pal back over here?
I don't think so.
She even sent a postcard with lightning bolts all over it. Like, get a new bit already.
Leading up to this season filming, we definitely were communicating. We'd send each other like letters and stuff like that. She hadn't sent me anything in like a while, and I think I had Schwartz get one, was sent to your house.
There was one sent to my house. I don't know if I ever gave it to you.
No, I got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That postcard was sent like a month before. I don't know what she was thinking sending that to like my address.
That's insane, actually.
Yeah, like she's like, I wasn't thinking, it was my first time out. Like she had left the facility and they'd gone out somewhere and she got a postcard. And I was like, I can't find it. Like, I don't know where it is.
Obviously, I don't talk to her, so I don't know her mindset there. But then people who used to be friends with him, that's when everyone started sending me all kinds of like info and text messages and pictures of them in St. Louis and all this stuff, because they were like, I'm not friends with him anymore, I f***ing hate him, so here's everything I know, kind of thing. And I was just like, wow, it just gets worse. So I think that given maybe speculating her mindset at the time, she had zero concept of the fact that like I am the owner of the house.
As if
well.
you might not intercept that.
Yeah,
mail.
I would be in the kitchen or something and there's like a box on the kitchen counter and it's addressed to somewhere in Arizona. And it's just full of who even freaking knows what.
I was pretty careful to like keep like any packages or anything I sent out pretty well hidden, you know?
There's one, man. There's one thing that I saw, I'm struggling to talk about it because it's like so cringe. I think it was like after she had stopped wanting to talk to him or something?
I sent her candy. I would sign her cards and stamp like wax on. I don't even send my mom birthday cards. They stress me out. I like learned how to like write and stamp like wax. I put like sparkles in when she was halfway through.
Wait, sparkles in the card, so when you
Yeah,
open
like
it,
glitter, like falls out.
And he got one. He got one of those, the lamp. He got one of those lamps that like I have one and you have one.
I sent her one of these lights where like if I turn it a certain color, it changes to like we could communicate with these lights.
And it's like Bluetooth or something. So like, so it's like if I go like touch it where I am,
It'll turn on.
It'll turn on like where you are. I can't.
Bro.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, I was very much in love.